So there was one other centre-back, of course, Christian Romero. Oh, he gave such a performance that showcased the best and worst of Christian Romero. He lunged, obviously, into that. Oh, unfortunately, it's like a trademark reckless tackle now. It was only 26 minutes in on Haaland. I think it was near the halfway line as well. It was such a pointless place to do it. It was so late. I mean, Haaland was practically on the team bus heading back to Manchester. It was so late and unnecessary. It was one of those like old throwback ones where you'll get the old pros will go like, "Oh yes, he let him know he was there." And it's like, okay, but in today's game with the rules as they are, you can't really do that. I always say this about Romero. I just kind of feel like he's that guy or that kid in the playground when we used to play football as kids. He'd enjoy just wrapping your ankles with his foot, just all the time. He'd enjoy just giving you that little knock on your ankle. I just see that in his game, and there's a level of aggression to a game that's absolutely fine. But when it spills over into stuff like that, it's actually you're doing yourself a disservice and the rest of the team as well. And I think what made it all the more frustrating is the other element, is that Romero was superb. In the hour between his two cards, he was brilliant. He was timing everything perfectly. He was a real dominant figure in the back line. He was sweeping up the pitch with the ball. But then, 87th minute, it came, didn't it? And it was the first challenge that really came back to haunt him. Look, I know Grealish knew the challenge was coming. He did that classic attacker thing of maybe just letting his leg kind of leaving it stiff and hanging out there and it hits Romero's leg. There's no real complaints about it though. Romero had shoved his leg out. He absolutely did him like a kipper. But he left his teammates then to have 8 minutes of the game without him. And with the attacking threat that City have against 10 men, that could have gone completely the other way. Romero put on his Instagram after the game, I translated it. I didn't use Google. Google translated it a bit weird, but I did a proper translation thing. It said, "Great game from everyone, impressive win. Let's keep it up at Spurs official. Sorry to leave the team down, man, but it's been a long time since I got one." And then he had a smiley face and a red card. Look, he's right. You know, he is quite good at not getting red cards. His last one was the first game of the Conte era, the Vitesse Mad game. And I don't think he got too many at Atalanta as well, despite the ridiculous amounts of yellow cards he was doing. But he is picking them up again in England. I think he's got 6 in his last 6, if you count these 2 yellow cards in this game. There's only one game he hasn't got one in the last 6 games. If he can just curb it a bit. And last season, Conte essentially publicly said, yeah, he's too rash, he needs to cut that out. And he stopped. He didn't get another yellow card. He managed to not get himself banned. And he missed the cut-off this season as well. It's almost like the cut-off happens and he's like, hey, let's kick him again, lads. It's like that's like releases the valve that he can then go and do it. It's like someone's kind of holding his back and then they let him go and he can run off and kick people. He's got everything to be an absolutely world-class defender. He really has. I think this is just... He just needs to learn that you can have the aggression without the need to kick people like that. Because he's going to miss the game at the King Power now. And, you know, he's a key player to be missing. It's not good.